Common denominator. Welcome back. You know, they say that a picture says 1,000 words. But I have a meme today that, or a little, not really a meme, but just there was a post that one of my favorite UFC fighters, Tito Ortiz, put up on his Instagram recently. And, you know, it moved me. It was, it had a lot of truth to it, you know, and I just wanted to talk about that for a minute. But today I'm going to continue my theme of ghetto tragic, the tragedy that is the ghetto. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about ghetto fabulous. We see, here's a definition. This is from like an Urban Dictionary of ghetto fabulous. If you go back to that clip, you can look at it. You know, ghetto fabulous people are people who, the definition says the nouveau rich. Nouveau meaning new. Who, you know, tend to dress tacky and, you know, they bring ghetto antics and they love to wear their money in their clothing, in their jewelry, in their fashion. Things that money can't buy. Number one, manners. Have you ever noticed how ghetto fabulous people are just incredibly rude? I mean, they make the perfect candidates for reality shows. I mean, honestly, they have very little to no manners at all. So even if you are ghetto fabulous, you have all this money and you're wearing your money and showing it off. You got your Jordans on, your Air Force Ones. Okay. You got your Prada. Number two, it's not going to give you morals. All right. It's not going to give you morals. All right. It's not going to give you manners. It's not going to give you morals. Number three, it's definitely not going to give you respect. These are things that you learn from good parents. Okay, from good parenting. And unfortunately, you know, a lot of people who grow up in the ghetto, they're born, I would say, at a disadvantage, but they have an opportunity to turn it around, but some of them refuse. They refuse instruction. They refuse it, and they label it as something that is white. I'm being serious. They label it as something that's being white. Like, for instance, this brother here in his baggy attire at his wedding. If I were to say, hey, you should be wearing, you know, maybe you might want to put a suit on, a tux, look good for your wife on your wedding day. Just imagine what he would say. But you see, this is the mentality of the ghetto tragedy that's playing out before us. Number five, common sense. I'm reminded of drug dealers. They say the average drug dealer makes $7 an hour. Common sense would tell you that it's not worth dodging the police, risking getting killed to go and sell drugs. Okay? Common sense would tell you that. Common sense would also tell you it's not a good idea to rob a bank. Okay, to especially robbing a bank without a mask on or something stupid, or just robbing a bank. That common sense would tell you. So these are things that money cannot buy. You just a lot of people, a lot of this ghetto tragedy that's playing out before us, a lot of what makes it so entertaining to some, it's sad to me. I'm gonna be honest. The more I do these topics, the more sad I am. But common sense. I mean, you can just see how ridiculous some of these people are, some of the decisions that they make. Common sense would tell you that after your third child out of wedlock, that you might want to put a condom on. And especially if you don't have a job and you're not paying for these kids, common sense would tell you that you're losing at this game of pullout. But no, these idiots continue. But not just the men, the women. The women, my God, the women. Common sense would tell you, even if you are on welfare, that it's not a good idea to have 5 different kids with 5 different fathers. Okay? I mean, just common sense. Trust. I could talk about that all day. Can't buy trust. Look, would you trust a hood rat or a hood roach with your money? Let's be honest. Okay? And number 7, patience. Woo! I go back to the reality shows. Look at these people. A mess. Absolute mess. Number 8, my favorite, Class. Class is so far from the ghetto, you might as well call the ghetto Sunday. No class on Sunday. School's out. No, I mean, absolutely low class. And when you try to tell them, you try to instruct them, you try to teach them, hey, look, maybe this isn't right. Nah, you're white. You're acting white. Anyway, I'm out. Common denominator.